Hey everyone, Mani Mohan here, but in the words of one of my favorite authors, let's get straight to the point. Today, we're diving deep into a question that seems to be echoing around the internet, a question whispered in coffee shops and debated in comment sections. Why is marriage, this age-old institution, suddenly so terrifying in 2025? Is it just cold feet, or is there something more profound bubbling beneath the surface? We're going to unpack the anxieties, the societal shifts, and the very real pressures that are making people question, is marriage right for me? So buckle up, grab your thinking hats, and let's unravel this intricate tapestry of love, fear, and the pursuit of happiness in the 21st century. Let's be real, folks. The economy not exactly throwing confetti and champagne right now. We're living in a time where inflation is doing its best impression of a rocket launch, and a job security feels as stable as a Jenga tower after 6 tequila shots. It's tough out there. So when you're staring down the barrel of student loan debt, rent payments that seem to increase every other month, and a grocery bill that makes you question if avocados are made of solid gold, it's understandable that the thought of adding another zero to your financial worries with a wedding, a mortgage, or, raising tiny humans can be completely paralyzing. Remember when weddings were just about love and celebrating with your closest people? Yeah, me neither. These days it feels like you can't even think about a wedding without picturing ice sculptures shaped like your dog, drone photography, and a guest list longer than the entirety of your hometown. It's like we've traded in the simple beauty of commitment for a Pinterest board explosion of extravagance. And don't even get me started on the price tag. With the average wedding costing more than a down payment on a house in some places, it's no wonder people are starting to wonder if the I-dos are worth the financial hangover. Let's be honest, the way we view relationships has gone through a bigger transformation than your Instagram feed after a weekend trip to Paris. We've gone from a society that prioritized till death, do us part, to one that's all about self-discovery, personal fulfillment, and maybe till one of us gets bored. Individualism is the new black, and while there's nothing inherently wrong with prioritizing yourself, it does make the idea of lifelong commitment, of intertwining your life so completely with another person, seem a little, daunting. We live in a world where we can order a pizza, binge watch an entire season of our favorite show, and book a flight to Fiji with just a few taps on our phones. We crave instant gratification, endless options, and the freedom to change our minds like we change our profile pictures. So when we're faced with the idea of marriage, a decision that inherently involves compromise, sacrifice, and, let's face it, sometimes putting someone else's needs before our own, it's natural to feel a little bit, shall we say, claustrophobic. Remember that feeling you got when you were a kid and you had to choose just one flavor of ice cream at the ice cream parlor? Yeah, that's kind of what commitment feels like to a lot of people today. The fear of missing out, of making the wrong choice, of waking up one day and realizing you ordered vanilla when you really wanted pistachio. It's enough to make anyone break out in a cold sweat. Add to that the very real fear of divorce, of heartbreak, of the potential for things to go wrong. And it's no wonder commitment has become the relationship equivalent of a horror movie. Let's be honest, predicting the future is about as reliable as a weather forecast in a hurricane. We live in a time of rapid change, where technology is evolving faster than ever. The job market feels like a game of musical chairs, and even the climate seems to be having an existential crisis. So when you're already feeling uncertain about your own life, about where you'll be or what you'll be doing in 5, 10, or 20 years, the idea of factoring another person into that equation, of making promises about a future that feels as clear as mud, can feel overwhelming, to say the least. We are bombarded with messages about self-improvement, about becoming the best versions of ourselves, about chasing our dreams with the tenacity of a squirrel trying to crack a nut. And for many, the path to personal growth is paved with solo travel, late-night study sessions, and diving headfirst into new and exciting experiences. So, when faced with the idea of marriage, of sharing your life so intimately with another person, it's natural to wonder, will this help or hinder my journey? Will I have to sacrifice my dreams? Will I still have the time and space to grow? We live in a world that celebrates independence, where being single is no longer seen as a waiting room for marriage, and where women, especially, have fought tooth and nail for the right to define their own lives. So it's no surprise that the thought of giving up even a sliver of that hard-won independence, of potentially compromising on career aspirations or personal goals, can feel like a step backward. The question becomes, can you really have it all? Can you maintain your independence while also nurturing a committed, fulfilling relationship? Let's face it, the relationship landscape has become more diverse than a bag of Skittles. We have open relationships, polyamory, ethical non-monogamy, and enough dating app options to make your head spin. So, in this age of endless possibilities, the idea of committing to just one person, one relationship model for the rest of your life can seem, well, a bit vanilla. The question becomes, is monogamy still relevant in 2025? Is it a social construct that's holding us back, or is it a valuable foundation for a strong, lasting partnership? Let's be honest, the media hasn't exactly done marriage any favors. We're bombarded with images of whirlwind romances, unrealistic expectations, and relationships that crumble faster than a cookie in a toddler's hand. From rom-coms that end with a kiss at the altar to reality TV shows that thrive on drama and dysfunction, it's no wonder we have a bit of a warped view of what marriage is really all about. The challenge becomes, how do we separate the Hollywood fantasy from the messy, complicated, but ultimately rewarding reality of building a life with another person? So there you have it. 10 reasons why marriage might seem a little terrifying in 2025. From economic uncertainty to the pressure to choose personal fulfillment over lifelong commitment, it's no wonder so many people are approaching the idea of marriage with a mix of curiosity and trepidation. But here's the thing, marriage, like all relationships, is a deeply personal choice. There's no right or wrong answer, no one-size-fits-all approach. What matters most is that you find what feels right for you, whether that's a traditional marriage, an alternative relationship model, or choosing to walk through life solo. The most important thing is to be honest with yourself about what you want and need from a relationship, and to find a partner who shares your values and is willing to navigate the ups and downs of life hand in hand. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content.